Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords. Going to be playing ranked mode, currently ranked around 140 something, so hoping to climb up into top 100 sometime soon. I think I'm going to pick up Ogre Magi here first. Seems like that's a very common option. There's 4 people on Ogre Magi, but that's okay. Ogre Magi just has so much stats. 800 health is so much. He has pretty good damage, especially with the Bloodlust effect, and it's just a big old bundle of stats to throw at the enemy. Doesn't do anything too flashy. His alliances aren't that great. Certainly not in the early game. Mage isn't that useful. And Bloodbound can be, but it has been nerfed recently. But really just Ogre's value is just huge amounts of stats for a 1-cost unit, compared to a lot of these other ones that only have like 400 or 500 health. These items aren't that great. I think I'll pick up the Hood of Defiance. That has like the most utility throughout the entire game. Claymore is probably a little bit better right now, like on the opening 10 rounds. But it definitely falls off later in the game compared to some other options. Like, just flat attack damage doesn't do a whole lot, and magic resist will always be very useful. I'm not entirely sure which way I want to go here, so I could pick up the pair of enchantresses, or I could like sell off everything and grab Tiny Morphling, which are like Primordial Alliance, but not so great because Primordial Alliance is just pretty lackluster without Summoning Stone in the game anymore. It's not really like my favorite alliance to ever care to pick up. I think I might sell off the Ogre Magi in favor of Tiny, though. I think Tiny would is just a slightly better one-cost unit. He does have less stats, you know, a little bit less damage and health, but he has quite a bit better of an ability. Pick up the Gloves of Haste here. We already have one Hood of Defiance, and it's unlikely we're going to need multiple things to protect with magic resist. And the Gloves of Haste will help scale into the later game with attack speed once we get some higher level units. Definitely scales better than attack damage, since once you have a little bit over 100 attack damage, the attack speed actually ends up winning out in a lot of cases. So I definitely want to pick up Queen of Pain. She's probably the individually strongest unit here, can easily carry fights on her own, especially at 2-star. What to pair that with, though? I'm thinking kind of the Venomancer, because we already have one Savage. And maybe we get like some Warriors, maybe we find a Tusk and compare Savages. That's a pretty strong early game after Savages have been buffed recently. Ooh, these items are not great. Brooch of the Martyr and Vitality Booster are some of the worst tier 1 items. They just don't do a whole lot. Blightstone does have the potential to increase your damage output and scale well into the late game, so I think we'll pick that up. Here we see double Chaos Knight, and I'm quickly scouting to see if there's somebody else on Knights, and there is. But I don't think that'll dissuade me. A potential for a 2-star Chaos Knight is simply too strong. And so what we're going to do is going to kind of shade off to this one side here. And hopefully now we're going to like use our melee units and the Enchantress to target one person down at a time. And that one person that we target will get the minus armor from Enchantress, and we can just kill one target and then kill the next and kill the next. We kind of split up our damage, unfortunately, because our opponent had a similar kind of like an L-shaped formation. But now eventually we punch through because Chaos Knight just deals so much damage. Look at that damage output. Oh, we don't even win this. This Timbersaw is a lot more resilient than I thought it was. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we lose this, right? Or is this going to be a tie? No, I think we eventually win this, somehow. Wow. 1-star Enchantress is a lot tankier than I thought. I guess this Blightstone really came in handy there. I'll pick up the Razor here just because we have an extra gold. Not too keen on Lena. Definitely Chaos Knight is a much better unit in the early game than Lena. I know we had a pair available there, but she just doesn't do a lot. And there's the 2-star Chaos Knight. That is the big payoff we were looking for. Obviously, we want to pair that with a Luna to get the Knight's bonus. That's a pretty important bonus. Maybe it's a little bit less important in this early game since it's just a small percentage decrease. It's just 2 Knights after all. There's somebody else still on Knights, so I have to be a little bit wary of them. I kind of want to sell off to grab these pair of Morphlings. I know we're not going to play Queen of Pain anymore, right? Because we already have 2-star Chaos Knight, and we don't want to play 2 Demons because they don't work well together. I really should not be still playing this Enchantress. I mean, she did win last fight, but I feel like anything else would have been better. I just realized we don't have the Savage bonus. So we have Tiny, not Tusk. So that's probably not ideal. Gonna win here, pick up the Morphling, and I don't want to sell off the Enchantress since we have a pair of them, but I will make this swap here just because that makes more sense. Probably should have done that for the start of this round, but didn't end up mattering. Man, we're just going to get a good Knights game here. We've got 2-star Chaos Knight and a pair of Luna already. There's one other person looking at Knights that I do have to be wary of because I don't want to compete too heavily with Knights. The question is, do I want to sell off for interest if we're like almost certainly going to go down this route? I think I do, actually. Maybe I do keep in the Enchantress then. I wanted to get up to 10 gold for interest, and I think this just made the most sense. I know we selling off a pair of the Morphlings, which wasn't ideal, but if we look around, there's a couple other people who have picked up Morphlings and Tinies and are maybe looking in that direction. And since we already have the completed Chaos Knight, and now we've got the 2-star Luna, or the pair of Lunas, rather, I think it makes more sense to maybe put more eggs into the Knight's basket rather than into the Primordial Mages kind of basket. Just gonna constantly be watching Dragon here to see if they peel off Knights at some point, sell off them, or go a different direction. It's not like a disqualifying offense if there's somebody else in your strategy, but it does make you a little bit less eager to pursue it. And so, like, as long as there's somebody else in Knights, I'm going to be looking for other options to potentially pursue. I'm going to sell off Shadow Fiend since we have another demon. So, like, here I could pick up Tiny and Slarder and, like, hedge my bets towards maybe going towards, like, a Warrior build, since I'll have a pair of Tinies and a Slarder. I can't get up to 20 gold here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. So we'll just pick these up after interest is locked in. Not really interested in Juggernaut. He is a warrior, but he is mainly a brawny first, and you generally want him in brawny builds. You don't really want him in most of the warrior builds because he's a little lackluster for his cost and what you get out of him. We did win here, so I might just buy him just to keep that option open because we can just always resell these units at the same cost that we bought them for. So there's no reason not to buy these, even though I think we're probably not going to use them. Keep on scouting around. This dragon here is a 2-star Bat Rider. That's not quite as good as 2-star Chaos Knight, but quite strong in the early game nonetheless. There's an Enchantress. I like that. Now, I wish we found a Druid, but I think what I'm going to get is a Lycan in here instead. And then Lycan can be kind of our Savage bonus, and I think I might just sell off some of these warriors to get up to 20 gold here. Getting up to 20 gold on round 8 is like an important benchmark, in my opinion. I think that's a sign of a strong early game, is if you have 20 gold on round 8. Just to maximize that interest, get the income flowing, and that'll help you hit further benchmarks of interest. If you don't hit 20 on round 8, you can still win, of course, but it does kind of set you behind going into that mid game. And sometimes you just find so many units you want to buy. Like if I had to found a 2-star Luna and also a Druid I wanted to buy, maybe I wouldn't have had enough gold. But that's okay if you're really powerful and are on a win streak, which we are right now. But we kind of getting the best of both worlds: win streak and 20 gold. If we had just been on a win streak, that would have been okay. If we just got to 20 gold, also okay. But we get both here, and that's really good. Alright, who would be the best unit to put in here? Because I can just put in a single one of unit. I think I want to put in Chaos Knight. Yeah, so let's put in the Chaos Knight. He's probably the best standalone unit, and then sell off everything else to get up to 30 gold. So that's the power of getting that gold early, is you get a little bit bonus early. That means it makes it easier and easier to get up to 30, and then to 40, and to 50. And then once you get to 50, then you're living large, really, because you have all that excess gold every turn that you can spend without fear of losing out on interest. So this is Dragon, the other Knights player, who we have a much stronger build of right now because of the 2-star Chaos Knight dealing much more damage than anybody in their team. Their Bat Rider is putting up a valiant effort, but our Chaos Knights are just going to town. Alright, so we've locked in our 30 gold interest, so we can buy these guys even if we're not too keen on them. And we're going up to a creep round, where we will have, assuming we sell these off, we'll get up to 40 gold. There's a 2-star Luna, that's really good. But before we buy that, I want to lock in my interest up to 40 gold. So I don't really need the Luna to win this round. I think we're quite strong. We're going to beat the creep round anyway. No reason to buy this Luna upgrade until the start of combat. That's kind of the trade-off. You know, if you want to get the higher interest, you have to delay buying units until combat starts, so you don't get to use them this round, but starting next round, we'll get the access to it. So buy the Luna, buy the Bat Rider, can even buy the pair of Tusks, because if we get a 2-star Tusk, that'll be better than, say, the Lycan. Also, we're looking for like a Treant Protector. That would be even much better, because Treant Protector and Enchantress are just the perfect match, because a 2-star Treant Protector so incredibly strong in the early game. It's really like the best unit in the early game, even better than like a Chaos Knight or something. Pick up the Bounty Hunter here, although he doesn't really fit into any of our plans. He might be an improvement over Chaos Knight if we get a 2-star Bounty Hunter, that is. Okay, we've got a big time contract. We don't really have anything to use that with, so I'm not really thrilled about it. I think I might just pick up the Blade Mail here. It's not great, but I don't really want to have a Blink Dagger either. It's going to shift these items around, give our Blade Mail to our highest health unit, the Chaos Knight 2-star, and give Luna the attack speed item so that she can deal out even more damage. We get another Luna. You can buy that without dropping below 40 gold. And then next turn will be up to 50 gold for interest, because we're definitely going to get 9 for the turn, plus we could sell off some of these excess if we determined that was necessary. But I think we're going to go on a nice win streak here. We've got 2 more rounds till we complete the win streak. Looks like we're going to get this one, because they got a 2-star Nature's Prophet and not a 2-star Treant Protector, so that was really good. Because like I said, 2-star Treant Protectors are really scary. 2-star Nature's Prophet, not quite as scary. Deals quite a bit of damage, but doesn't heal. That's the worst part, is a massive amount of healing. So there is another player on Knights, and that's unfortunate. And we can't really get away from that. We haven't scared them off, and they're going to stay with Knights. So we'll just have to find a way to win this game, even if we're contested. That shouldn't be an impossible task. Essentially what you have to do whenever you're contested like this is kind of shift the game plan away from, oh, I need to 3-star everything, is to you want to level up and utilize higher levels, and then thus higher quality of units. So in this game, I'm probably going to want to get to level 9 to get the Dragon bonus, assuming I get Dragon Knight. You want to get 6 Knights, Dragon Knight, plus the Dragon bonus, plus probably the Warlocks, Trolls, and Heartless. Looks like I'm actually going to lose here. That was a long stun on that Chaos Knight. Maybe not. Luna, you got this. Oh, Luna got this. Oh, that was really close. I was afraid 1v3, but Luna's probably the best at 1v3 because of the bouncing blades. One of the best at 1v3 in the game. Nice, so that completes our win streak. We're going to get massive gold total here. And yeah, so we're going to pump our gold into level up so that we get the higher chance of the level 6 odds on units. So we get, hey, there's an Abaddon, exactly what we wanted. Another Knight. Is he the best Knight? Well, I could go up to 4 Knights this way. Right, I could go up to 4 Knights like this, which is probably pretty reasonable. Still staying at 60 gold. Probably just going to pump this gold into levels because I don't really want to reroll much because we've completed our win streak, so we don't need to care about improving this comp at the moment. Like, if we lose on this round, like, I don't care nearly as much as if we'd lost on the previous rounds. Because we've completed the win streak. Looks like that's actually going to be the case here. We are going to lose here. Fair enough. Oh, there's a Nature's Prophet. I guess I didn't see that initially. Because we are looking for Druids. Maybe the Nature's Prophet's better than the Lycan here. Because he'll be a 2-star Nature's Prophet. Maybe that would have been better. But in any case, I think we're just literally pumping up to 7 here, and probably playing both. Probably want this kind of formation then, actually. Yeah, we're just going to play both here. I'll sell off the Tusks, I guess. Shadow Shaman's really bad. I really don't want Shadow Shaman. But he could trigger the Troll bonus if we really wanted it. Maybe that's actually better than Savage bonus at this point. I think it probably is. 10% bonus attack speed on Chaos Knight and Luna probably makes up for, you know, +7 attack damage on Enchantress and Lycan. Because our big damage dealers are the Chaos Knight and Luna. Nature's Prophet will deal good damage too with his cast, but just want that bonus attack speed to win the fights. And he's got a, you know, he's got a stun. 4-second Hex can work. I'll pick up the Abaddon and Batrider here after Interest has locked in for the round. Working on getting those guys to 2-star, and then we'll have all kinds of 2-star knights. We don't need to use this free reroll. I could have used it, you know, like on that turn, but of course I wanted to buy Abaddon and Batrider. And then once I want to buy Abaddon and Batrider, I'm not inclined to reroll because I have less units that I'll be blacklisting there. Now I could reroll on this turn and pick up, and hopefully get a better pickup because I'll be blacklisting all of these units, none of which are really good for me. So let's do that. Let's reroll on this turn, and we see a Treant Protector who's going to be better than Nature's Prophet, as we discussed earlier. Probably going to get rid of probably the Nature's Prophet and Lycan. Those are probably not really where we want to be long term. They're good in this early to mid game. The Druids are, but I want to move away from Druids and in favor of Knights because we just are so well along that path right now. Even if there is some contest on them. Vanguard, more defensive items. I really don't like Blink Dagger in this build because you want to stay stuck together. I think we'll just pick up Vanguard. Vanguard's a good defensive item. We can put that on the Chaos Knight, and he'll be nice and tanky. So here we see a Lone Druid. That might actually be better than Treant, a 2-star Lone Druid. That's probably better than Treant, actually. They're close. I want to level to 8 next turn and probably put in maybe both or somebody else better. Well, let's level to 8 here. Just because we have this gold lead and we can do that while still maintaining very high levels of interest. Just getting these early level ups is going to be really important. Actually, I'm thinking, what if we move away from Knights? Since we have this massive gold bonus, we're not like super tied into Knights. We could like transition to a different kind of build, like a Warrior Warlock kind of build at levels 8 and 9. If we can get an early level 9, that might be the play. I think that might be the play. I'll throw in a second Chaos Knight here because he's probably the best unit. Standalone, like I'd rather get a 2-star Lone Druid for sure rather than risk, you know, whoever gets 50-50 on the Druid buff. Pick up the Omni Knight here. I guess we'll keep open to that possibility. I know we passed up a Doom earlier, which would have been a big draw towards that Warrior and Warlock strategy. But we already had the Chaos Knight, so it didn't really make much sense to pick up Doom right away. Ooh, this one's close. Luna. Bear. I think we got this. Bear's got this. Spirit Bear. Close. Oh, really close. That was definitely a little scary there. They have got the 4 scrappy bonus makes them very, very tanky, very resilient. Alright, well there's a Shadow Shaman. A minor upgrade. There's no reason not to pick him up because we can just resell him for the same 3 gold that we spent on him. But yeah, I mean, we're not finding the 2-star Abaddon or Batrider. I have found a Doom. That might incline me to go for this kind of a strat. Especially because I'm not finding too many Knights. You know, I don't have like 2-star Lunas. Or 2-star Chaos Knights or something that's like, I know I'm close to a 3-star on them. Like my build is good, but maybe I just use this strong early game of Knights to transition into a more powerful late game comp if I'm not going to get the 3 stars on Chaos Knight and Luna. And there's not too many people contesting Warriors. There's one person down here, and then second place is kind of like Warrior Mages? Or like, you know, Primordial Magic Damage. Kind of weird build. There's a Luna. So I think... I'm thinking about trying to level up on around 21. If I do that, that almost commits me to like a higher cost build because of these odds changes, right? If I level up, it's going to decrease my chance of tier 2 and tier 3 units, which are the bulk of the knights, but increase the chance of tier 4 units, which are the bulk of the warrior warlocks. Or I can just spend a lot of gold rerolling on this level. I'm going to be honest, I don't have very good items for knights. Knights generally are going to want to have Fall from Grace, so you get the extra tier of the Heartless Alliance, which we don't have any even part of. I guess we just have the Abaddon. You want Mask of Madness because of Luna. You want... Well, those are the 2 big ones, and we don't have either by this point. So that's another, you know, tally in the column of go towards Warriors, Warlocks, and that Disruptor. Another big tally in that column. Alright, I think we're going to level. Just going to level to 9. We'll still keep like the same build for a little while, because it's a pretty strong core. But we're going to start to look to transition away from knights. So, probably going to sell off... I guess I don't need to sell off anything at this exact moment. But just to save myself time, I think we're just committed to that hard pivot. It's a lot easier to do this hard pivot when you're so far ahead. You generally don't want to do this kind of hard pivot to a completely different strategy whenever you are, you know, in the middle of the pack or behind, because you don't have the gold or life total to make this work. If I go on a losing streak for like 3 or 4 rounds, I am a-okay with that, because I've got enough life total to make it work. And we get garbage items like this. I guess Skullbasher is not complete garbage, but it's not great. It's really not great on round 20 when you're expecting, like, I was hoping for like a Mask of Madness or something. Okay, there's a 2-star Luna, who we can play right now as just a good unit. I'm going to sell off this Treant and maybe throw in the this Disruptor. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We still maintain 4 knights. Like, we still have a lot of good synergies. Disruptor is fine. We want to pick up the Witch Doctor here. He doesn't really go in just yet. I think I'd rather have a 2-star Shadow Shaman rather than a 1-star Witch Doctor. And the Shadow Shaman just gets burst down anyway. The Disruptor ult doesn't do a ton, but we still win the fight pretty handily. Alright, good stuff. I definitely don't think I want to level to 10 right away, because my comp is starting to get a little bit weaker. We still haven't found 2 stars on a lot of things, and we're kind of trying to make a transition to a different core, away from knights and more into warriors, because of all the good 4 and 5 cost warriors that we now have good chances to find. So that's, well, you know, we might just get a 3-star Luna, and then I'd be in a very weird spot. Pick up this Abaddon? I guess. These plans are starting to go right, because I'm finding more knights than I'm finding, you know, warriors and warlocks. No Necrophos, no Alchemists, no Kunkas, only 1 Doom, no Troll Warlords yet. Those kind of units that we're looking for if we want to go for a warrior strat. You know, this is winning. The other person is still on knights though, so like it's gonna be, I don't know, maybe it'll be hard to get these guys to 3-star. Pick up the Lone Druid too, because I'd be happy with a 2-star Lone Druid. Yeah, just keep on rerolling. I Okay, maybe we do stay with Knights. I know we sold off like that Abaddon or that Omni Knight at one point, but like, I mean, it's working. It's coming together. We don't have Dragon Knight or Omni Knight. Maybe we stick with like 4 Knights. 2, 3, 4. The 4 that we have, not the Human Knights, because we don't have Fall from Grace, so the Human bonus is not that appealing. Obviously, Dragon Knight's really appealing, but maybe we can go for more Warlocks. We can get like 4 Warlocks with Disruptor, 4 Warlocks, 4 Knights, maybe even 4 Trolls. I mean, we have 3 Trolls. It's not that big of a stretch to find Troll Warlord now. So we might go 4 Knights, 4 Trolls instead, since we're just finding all the Knights. Gotta always be fluid. You can't really stick to one strategy blindly, especially in the face of being contested, or, you know, you have to kind of adapt to what the packs are giving you. And the packs right now are giving me progress towards 3-star Chaos Knight and Luna, which I'd be hard-pressed to ever abandon those. And a 2-star Lone Druid, who's pretty powerful. 2-star Witch Doctor. There's a Kunkka, but I think we're past that point. I really think we are. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with some variant on this. Maybe 4 Trolls. I don't know for sure. I mean, the Druids aren't gonna fit in there forever, but they're quite strong at the moment. Like, a potential for a 3-star Lone Druid is just really good. Yeah, 3-star Lone Druid is gonna be really good. 3,000 health, Blade Mail. Another 2,000 health on the Bear. Should be really strong. Maybe not strong enough, though. All these assassins. Uh-oh. Alright, we might need to back ourselves into a bit of a corner to avoid those assassins just completely shredding our backline. Something more like this. This will probably be better against the assassins. But yeah, 4 Trolls makes a lot of sense. You run the 4 Knights plus 3 more units for Trolls, and then you got 2 extra spots. So, like, well, there we go. So let's put in the Troll Warlord and Shadow Shaman here. It's a creep round, so it doesn't really matter. But now we've got 4 Trolls, 4 Knights, 2 Warlocks, and a Lone Druid. That's cool. Probably what we want to happen is we want to level up to level 10 and then get 4 Warlocks, right? Because we can cut the Lone Druid, and then at level 10 we get to throw in an Alchemist and a Necrophos, which are like the 2 best late game Warlocks here. And that'll, of course, trigger the higher tier of the Ace of Warlocks effect from Disruptor, and also give us the Heartless from Necrophos. So I think that's the game plan here. So we probably don't want to be on Enchantress. I mean, she's pretty weak at this point in the game anyway. And question is, do I keep on rerolling at this level for a little bit? Just trying to find 2-star or 3 stars on these 2-cost units. Probably. We're pretty close. I think I still reroll a little bit here at this level before pushing up to 10, maybe around 29. We'll try to make that transition. Still no good attack speed item. Really, I wanted like a Mask of Madness or Moon Shard for the Troll Warlord, but Battle Fury can work well with a 3-star Chaos Knight, assuming we get him up to 3-star. I think that would still be quite good. Nothing here, but let's reroll. Like I said, we're trying to find Luna's. Not really trying to find Dragon Knights. There's Luna, perfect. Maybe we get 2-star or a bigger Witch Doctor. I think I want to put in the Necrophos over the Lone Druid now, because he will have he gives the Heartless bonus along with Abaddon, and maybe I actually should put like Blade Mail on Abaddon, Vanguard on maybe on the Necrophos. Want to keep him alive. I need the Helm of Defiance or Hood of Defiance is like okay on Luna. It's not a damage item, but it does keep her alive against stray magic damage. See, it was not enough here. That's all right. Let's keep on rerolling because we've got excess gold. 13. Oh boy. It's all right. Once we get a 3-star Chaos Knight or something good. Oh, there's an Alchemist. I want that guy too. Almost missed Alchemist. There's a 2-star Bat Rider. Finally get a 2-star Bat Rider. That took a while. There's an alchemist, but I don't want to reroll down below 50 gold here, because there's no reason to. We're not that weak, and our life total is plenty high enough. So now we've got like the 4th warlock to throw in. It's not all leveled up yet, but maybe it makes sense to go for start pumping our extra SS gold and stop rerolling so much. I know we want the 2-star Necrophos and a 3-star Chaos Knight, but I think this can work up regardless. So this Helm of Defiance, Hooded Defiance, very effective against all this magic AoE. Definitely kept Luna alive for sure there. Buy that Alchemist and just work on. Maybe I still want to reroll. I'm like 2 away from Necrophos, 1 away from the Chaos Knight. It's just so tempting trying to get that Chaos Knight upgrade. There's an Alchemist upgrade. Yeah, let's put in the Alchemist over the Disruptor right now. Just a 1-star is going to be better. And then we'll sell off this extra Abaddon. He's a good unit to try to 3-star, but it cost us interest, and we're so far away from it. We just had 1. No reason to hold on to him there. Should probably move this Vanguard actually over to Alchemist then. He's going to have much more health to make use of that damage reduction effect. Our Troll Warlord is constantly getting Pudge hooked in, and that's like problematic. So maybe I want to swap up positioning so like Shadow Shaman gets Pudge hooked in instead. Luna is getting Pudge hooked, and then Mirana ulted. Not ideal. Something like this, perhaps. Keep the Troll Warlord alive a little bit longer. But we're still in first place because we've had such a big health total buffer that we can make this work. Reroll for Witch Doctor. Come on, give me... I was going to say Shadow Fiend, but no, Chaos Knight's the one we need. Chaos Knight, not coming. You know what? Let's just level. Does cost me gold, but gets the Warlock bonus online. And we have been losing. I don't want to drop too terribly low on life total. So hopefully this improves our outlook. Looks like it will. Lots of healing. And we deal a big chunk of damage to our closest competitor here. We're going to take a big chunk because of all that healing from the Warlocks. We do compromise our interest, of course. We're down to just 1 gold of interest. So we need to like back off on the reroll so much right now. But that should be okay. I actually kind of want to like split out like this, perhaps. There's a Witch Doctor. I want to like kind of split these guys, because they don't need to be bunched up like the other knights do. So I kind of want to split them off so that maybe if there's like a Kunkka boat or something, or like a Tidehunter, maybe he walks towards the Shadow Shaman instead of towards my whole group here. But I don't want to like leave Disruptor out here and have him be exposed and just focus down before he gets to cast it all. Hopefully we can find some better items here on this creep round. We're looking for attack speed items for Troll Warlord, or attack damage items for Luna. Something like a Daedalus would be fine on Luna, or Mask of Madness on Troll Warlord, or Moonshard on either one of them. I probably would tend towards the Luna at this point because she is the 3-star to put the item on, even though their DPS is like... Troll Warlord actually has more DPS than Luna when you consider the item. But that's all single target, and Luna, of course, has to factor in the bounces of her blade, so she deals more damage overall. So it'd be more useful to put a good item on her. Refresher Orb is a very good item. Would be very good on Disrupt 2-star, but there is the Daedalus. And I would like to pick all 3 of those items. I'd gladly like trade in my Battle Fury and Skullbasher and Vanguard to pick up all those items. But we don't have that option, of course. So we're going to get this on Luna, get a little bit of magic resist to Necrophos, so hopefully he can survive 1 burst of AoE and then pump out a wave of healing. And this is a pretty good build so far. This Troll bonus, given plus 30 attack speed to everybody, kind of makes up for the lack of Mask of Madness, for instance. Ooh, these assassins are gonna like. Well, they didn't want. They two-shot the Troll Warlord, so that wasn't nice. That was not very nice. That's all right. We're still alive because they didn't actually get on Luna, and she dealt tons and tons and tons of damage. Because the one thing about assassins is that they are very strong at dealing damage, but they are very weak in tanking damage. They have very little defensive capabilities, so if you don't get on the big damage dealer, the Luna Glaives are just going to deal tons of damage when they bounce around. So we're doing pretty well here. We obviously still want to get 2 stars on these remaining units and 3 stars on Witch Doctor and Chaos Knight. There's the Chaos Knight. Perfect. That's a really big upgrade. Since now this cleave is even more scary. Our health total is so high. There's no reason to like be aggressive in rerolling. Like we could take a loss or two to just maximize our gold income and then reroll a lot whenever we get a little bit lower, trying to find the Disruptor, the Necrophos, the Troll Warlord, or the Witch Doctors. And actually, I kind of think we beat every opponent on the board right now. I think we're like stronger than everybody else, so there's no reason to like be that worried. I don't think. Luna got taken down, but Chaos Knight is still up, and he is doing his thing. So good thing we found that Chaos Knight upgrade. I think we'd probably lose this fight without the Chaos Knight upgrade, but with it, we do pretty well. It was against the Phantom, so we don't get to deal any damage to them, unfortunately. What was their big damage output? Their Luna and Dragon Knight's just AoE. Oh, that person just got eliminated, so it doesn't even matter now. That means more of those come back into the pool. All their knights come back in, but we already have all the knights maxed out that we want to max out. I was a little nervous about that though. We only barely beat that person because of the recent upgrade. I don't know how we match up against everybody else on this board then. We'll have to find out. Like this one's pretty scary. They got multiple 3 stars and a 2-star Arc Ward in the back line with a Daedalus. Very scary. Luna's been stunned, double stunned. Man, Refresh Orb's so good, but Luna's still up. And now she's dead. Yeah, Luna did she dealt a lot there, but the double stun from Refresher Orb, I don't really know if a 2-star anything makes a difference on that. Maybe a 2-star Disruptor makes a difference there, because he would be able to get some sort of silence off before they go. So now I think since we did lose, we're going to reroll and we got the Disruptor right off the bat. It's just that easy. But I'm still missing a 2-star on Necrophos, who's like a really big deal, really. Probably not going to buy a 3-star Disruptor. That just doesn't make sense. Wow. Really not finding any Necrophos. I mean, I know that my one opponent has some, but still there's a lot of them in the game. Not finding any of them. Ooh, Disruptor got human silenced. But that's okay, because Luna's still alive. So we're good. Alright, so now the only opponent is that Refresher Tidehunter build. Actually, they took it off Tidehunter. They put it on Tiny, of all things. Interesting. So I think the way to play around this is, well, we got to play around the Troll, or the Dragon right now. There's some progress. Now we're 1 away from our final upgrades, the Troll Warlord and Witch Doctor. It's the Dragon round right now, so hopefully you find another good item. But I think the way to play around this is put Disruptor up front, kind of move a little bit more up front and stay a little bit spread out to avoid their Tiny just stunning everybody. And then hopefully get Disruptor ult off before Tidehunter ults, and then just already have won the fight by time he ults. Or at the very least have killed off a bunch of units. It's going to be kind of tight, though. That is a lot of 3 stars for this type of a build. Alright, it's by the Troll Warlord Witch Doctor. If we find these guys to 2-star, I think that would be pretty good. Ooh, we want Magic Resist. Yeah, Pipe of Insight. Also pretty good. Let's put a Pipe of Insight on the Witch Doctor. Put him in the middle of most of us, and then just reroll down to 0 pretty much. We found the Witch Doctor, perfect. Found a Necrophos. I forgot we're still looking for him. And then nothing. So now we're 1 away from both of our final upgrades here. Let's take a look at their formation. I want to move away from their Tidehunter and get most attacks on this Disruptor right off the bat. I don't want to trigger their Tidehunter. That's why I moved to this side at the last second. So now the Tidehunter is going to attack the Disruptor, and then he disrupts, but it did not hit the bulk of their team. So that was really bad. That was really bad. A lucky... Oh, they have a Bloodthorn. Oh. Oh boy, that... Yeah, Bloodthorn on Arc Warden. I did not realize that. They had a Smuggler and they got the best item. Ugh. That's going to be really hard to beat. That is really hard to beat. I don't even find my 2 stars on these guys. Oh boy. Yeah, don't really know how we're going to deal with that. But we can give it a try. Basically, we just need to win 1 fight. So if like Disruptor hits in the right spot, but the Bloodthorn Arc Warden is just... Yep, Bloodthorn hit the Disruptor. Luna is just not alive, or barely alive. With no healing, everything's 3 stars. Oh my goodness, Bloodthorn! I really thought we were going to win that fight. I did not realize they got a Bloodthorn. Seriously, if they don't have Bloodthorn, we win that fight. Because the Disruptor triggers, and we probably win. But, ugh, Bloodthorn and Arc Warden is way too good. But 4 Trolls, 4 Knights, definitely still viable. I like this build a lot. It was a kind of a response to the fact that somebody else was in Knights, and it would be very difficult for us to get 3 stars on the Omni Knight, Chaos Knight, Abaddon, and Luna. We did end up getting it on Luna and Chaos Knight, but I think getting Abaddon and Omni Knight to 3 would have been very difficult with another Knights player. We also never found Necrophos 2-star, which is a big disappointment. So, regardless, I like this idea of the build if you're heavily contested and you're ahead. But notice you have to really be ahead in this early game to make that kind of pivot. Otherwise, you kind of have to stay the course. So, hope you enjoyed this. I had a ton of fun, even if we got beat by that darn Bloodthorn at the end. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.